So we've reached a stalemate in the Korea deal, and it just begs the question, was this the product of direct strategy or of shadow diplomacy? And the main reason for why I ask that is, of course, John Kerry's recent shadow diplomacy, gerrymandering, if you will, trying to salvage the Iran deal, much to the dismay of the Trump administration. And surely that isn't unprecedented throughout history. Shadow diplomacy, conspiracies, and everything. No, but here's the thing: we have to also be careful. It's really easy to toss out these terms without backing them up, just to stir things up and shake the public, and it normally does more harm than good. So this is just for a cognitive exploration purpose here. So please do take it that way, and let's see what this does. So, at any rate, when I started reading about this, I saw somebody's comment. First of all, someone who just commented on a bit of news, someone I don't know. I cannot vet the information, but this is an intellectual theory. We're going to use this as a theory for an intellectual exercise. I'm sorry. Uh, this comment, the theory this person presented in the comment was that someone from the former administration had gone over to China promising to lift the tariffs, etc., once the Democrats would get the White House again, and so forth and so on. And then someone in China had then leaked that bit of information into Kim's ear, which of course then would certainly change the entire leverage. So in the negotiations. Now, what I would have wished for from the beginning, because this is a serious matter, it affects the lives of a lot of people, that we would just leave the Koreas alone to solve this. But of course, that is not reality. It's usually never reality. There are interests all over the place, and it's almost as if the global community can't wait to sabotage things like this out of interests, or in this case, there would be plenty of people who would quite simply want to just sabotage this just because they dislike Trump and want him to fail, which is masochistic to say the least. I mean, yeah, if you want him to fail, then that's it's all on you. But why millions, tens of millions of Koreans? Why do they have to suffer for it? But yeah, at any rate, this it wouldn't be unprecedented. So, but to get back to the point, there's something about negotiation leverage. So let's just say you've set up the leverage to negotiate a deal, and you know the leverage you've set up, and you do your negotiation strategy as based on your leverage as you know it, and the other one's leverage as you know it. And then all of a sudden, out of nowhere, without you knowing it, the other person's leverage is tilted in their favor, and all of a sudden, you really don't have the weight to pursue the deal as you wanted. The power dynamic there is shifted. And normally when people talk about the world, all of it being power dynamics, I'm just like, yeah, it's not that simple. But when it comes to negotiations, yeah, power dynamics do indeed matter. And geopolitical affairs, yeah, very much. So yeah, so there might be that. And of course, a lot of people are also screaming out about this just being a product of Trump's and Pence's egos, etc., yada yada yada. To be fair, maybe they're on an ego boost on this one. I wouldn't know. I'm not inside the heads of those guys, but this, this wasn't unexpected at all. That this would either fall through very quickly, or we would hit some sort of a speed bump, or many. But I'm just hoping that we get back on track for the sake of people on the Korean Peninsula. And yeah, if this is a move that was exaggerated on anyone's part within either the Korean, any of the Korean governments, or on the part of the Trump administration or China or anyone, if anyone was trying to be too bold too fast and was reckless, then yeah, shame on that person, whoever it is, whoever that leader is. But if there is some shadow diplomacy playing around with this, then I would like to see that pursued, because this is not a joke. Of course, I would like to see some sort of a deal for or some improvements and global interaction for the people in Iran as well, and they're under a pretty harsh rule as well. But they have connections with the world to a degree that most people would say, yeah, it's a tough country probably to live in, but they're uh they're doing sort of all right. And I know a few Iranians, wonderful people. Um, they say, yeah, nobody likes the politics in Iran, but you can live and you can do all right for yourself. We really don't know an awful lot about the lives of the average North Korean, but if you like myself, I care about people. I want them to do well. So yeah. So I would want a good future for the people of Iran and a good future for the people of North Korea. But shadow diplomacy, whenever that's going on, it's more to the loss of an average human being than it is to a gain of any leader. It's not only is it a very typical political game to play, but it's a shitty game to play. And you know, you're a politician and you're practicing that on your daily basis, then just shame on you. Shove it up your rear end or whatever. It's you don't get me on board with that. It's being Machiavellian is one thing, but you got to be damn sure you know what you're doing. You got to be damn sure you know what you're right, and you better accomplish something good. Because if you don't, well, result trumps any intention. I don't care how good your intentions are. There are hundreds, if not thousands, of millions in their graves throughout human history out of very good intentions. And, it didn't save their lives. So, at any rate, this is going to be a very interesting little lesson to watch unfold this entire ordeal. At any rate, that's it for now. Viking out.